All right, guys, we're going to introduce energy today. Energy is all around us, and probably the most important thing you need to remember about energy is the law of conservation of energy. We're going to be talking about it for this entire unit, but the law of conservation of energy is actually pretty simple. Energy can't be created, energy can't be destroyed. It can only change from one form of energy to another. And so we're going to start today introducing our energy unit. We're going to talk about three types of energy on this. We're going to talk about kinetic energy, we're going to talk about potential energy, and we're going to talk about thermal energy, with probably more of our focus on thermal. But I want to focus today on types of energies out there in the world. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kick over, and I am going to present to you. So here's what we got. Energy can be, and I'm going to just write it up here, energy can actually be divided into two main categories. Those two main categories, if you haven't guessed, the first main category is kinetic. That is energy in motion. And the other type of energy is potential. So we have these two main categories. So kinetic energy is energy in motion, which means if you can see an object moving or you can see the energy moving, it's kinetic. If you can't see it moving, potential means it is stored. Those are the two types of motion we're talking about. Everything can be classified as either in motion or not in motion. And that's what allows us to be right on track here. So, all right, now underneath kinetic energy, there are four main types of kinetic energy. The first one is going to be mechanical. Now, mechanical energy, of course, anything that is mechanical is going to be like a lever arm moving, a motor, tire going, or a car moving down the road. It's all in motion. Number two is electrical energy. Now, electrical energy is because the electrons in the wires are moving that causes your lights to light up. That's electrical energy. Then we have magnetic. And we have, at last, thermal. Now, we're going to spend a lot of time on thermal, but I want you to understand thermal energy is energy in motion because for something to have heat, it means its particles are moving. If its particles are moving, that becomes kinetic. Now, under potential energy, there is also four main types of energy. The first is nuclear. This includes, by the way, this includes from our sun. The sun is a nuclear reaction, so anytime we see sunlight, we have nuclear energy. But it's stored because nuclear energy is stored in the bonds of the atoms. When it's released as the sun stores nuclear energy. But when it's released as thermal energy, heat and light. Now, second one, chemical energy. The third one, gravitational energy. We are going to study this one as well. And the last one is elastic. And if you think of a rubber band, it is, if you stretch it out, it is stored energy. It stays stretched out until you let go of it, and then it starts moving closer together. Once it starts moving closer together, we consider that mechanical. Now, there is this little fun part right here, and that is how do we experience energy? And that's really the question. We experience energy in two ways. We either hear it or we see it, which is light energy. So when we start talking about energy, when we're talking about energy on this one, what we're really looking at is energy, I'm going to ask you, what are the two main categories? You're going to say kinetic potential. And then I'm going to say, list 4 types of energy underneath kinetic energy. You're going to write down mechanical, electrical, magnetic, or thermal. Or you're going to, if I ask for about potential, you're going to write down that it's nuclear, chemical, gravitational, or elastic. Now, we are going to spend a day on mechanical. We're going to spend a day on gravitational. And then we're going to spend 3 or 4 days talking about thermal energy. That is the focus of our energy class at this time. Make sure you get the homework done. If you have any questions, actually there is no homework with this one. So if you have any questions about what's going on, let me know, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, guys.